Well, then don't fucking start fights with people who have guns, whether they're cops or not.
Yeah, I mean, so you're basically saying it's their fault they got shot.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, like, if a fucking
All right, everybody,
officer...
thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. We are live. As you can see, Steve has just condemned all people to die by cops' bullets. He is a Blue Lives Matter extremist. Steve, address the audience. I think they want your head now.
I hate the cops too, but I hate people who like are bitching about, oh, I don't know why I got shot. It's because like he told you 15 times to get out of the car and he was waving guns and tasers in your face, but you still decided to argue anyways. I mean,
Steve,
what do you expect at that point?
Steven. I think you remember from our stream last night that maybe you're just in the wrong here. You should be careful. You should be careful of what you're saying. So, guys, what are we talking about tonight? The politics that we've avoided. We had some interesting stuff happening in the past few days. For one, and I think it's the funniest one, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at separate events both referred to their administration as the Harris administration. Biden called it the Harris-Biden administration, and Kamala Harris called it the Harris administration with Joe Biden as president. And I'm just like, I don't think you're supposed to say that part.
I mean, I think we all know who's going to be pulling the strings in that fucking.
I mean, we all did. We all did, but you know, they've been out there talking about how Biden's going to save the country and all this other shit. We're just like Biden's just going to immediately resign to Harris and give her power.
Or he'll die. I mean, like, once a president dies, it automatically goes to the vice president, right? That's why when people were saying, oh, Trump's going to get assassinated, it's like, dude, Mike Pence's policies are a billion times worse than Trump's. No one wants to assassinate Trump if Mike Pence is... Sorry.
They don't think that. They don't think like that, though. That's the problem. But, like, he could just resign. He literally could just resign, and then Harris becomes the president.
Is he allowed to do that?
Yes, he is.
Shit.
You can't force him to be president if he doesn't want to be president.
Well, why run? I'd be pissed. Like, I voted for a guy, and then he was like, I'm just gonna not do this thing now that I told everyone I was doing.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is ridiculous. And, you know, the fact that they're both making the same mistake leads you to believe that it's not a mistake, I guess is the best way of putting it.
I mean, they read off teleprompters, right?
Well, Biden does. Biden keeps getting busted reading off of teleprompters. And I guess he, like, went on with, like, a late-night talk show host, and they had him on teleprompter, and people are just like, why? This isn't even, like, a serious interview. Why do you need a fucking teleprompter?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of takes away from everything. I don't know. If the answers are already predetermined. Like, what the fuck are you doing there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But you also have rioters. They ambushed cops. This one guy ambushed 2 cops, shot them, put them in the hospital. And then Black Lives Matter showed up outside of the hospital, chanted, "We hope you die." Let me rephrase. It was like 3 people that were shouting, "We hope you die. You're next," some other shit. But then everybody there was like laughing and cheering them on. So yeah, there was that. The Tulsa shooting suspect, that man, apparently the cops used mace. They used a taser. The guy started crying about how they were abusing his rights. And as he was bitching, he reached under his seat. He got a gun. He shot both officers, then walked over to one and put a bullet in their head while they were gasping and crying for air. So, yeah, there was that.
This guy did this to the cops?
Yeah. Here, let's jump into
this.
Yeah. Let's jump into the Tulsa one, because I think that's the
I was so scared that was a typo and that Tulsi Gabbard got shot, and I was like,
no, This is my car, y'all.
Taser! I'm gonna hit him. Are you ready?
Ready? Just fucking
get out of the car!
Fuck you, dude. Oh.
To be fair to the guy, I mean, how are you supposed to get out while being tasered?
Get out!
Fuck!
Well, I think it's after he's being tased. So,
well, that's what I mean. If you're being tased,
they shouted at him something like 50 times to get out of the car before finally going there with the taser, right? So this was not like, oh, they showed up and they just started tasing him. We'll tell him to move. Nothing like that.
Back up. You want to get sprayed?
No.
Get out!
Okay.
Now!
I'm getting out.
Get out of the damn car! Now, or I will spray you!
Fucking ground.
On the ground!
On the ground! Man, I don't want to go to jail, fuck!
Get out of the car! Get out! Now! I will spray you again!
Okay.
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground now!
On the ground! Please stop! Stop! Please!
Get out of the fucking car!
Why are you doing this?
Get out!
Why are you doing this? Please stop!
Because you're driving without a license.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Please! Matt, please!
This is really...
That's my friend! Please help! Stop!
Okay. Now, I want everybody to remember this, right? Hold on. Phoebes, don't worry. It's about to get very brutal. And I'm just warning everybody now. Hold on. I didn't hear any of them today. My mentions were full of J.K. Rowling and Gina Carano situations. I must have missed these. Holy crap. All right. So
J.K. Rowling is more buzzworthy, I guess.
I like Jess here. They warned him beforehand that this is a little after him telling police he wasn't getting out. Can't wait to see social workers handle those situations. Guys, it's about to get much worse. It's about to get much worse.
Right before this, too, when they were telling him to get out and that they would find his license in his car, he was like, no, I'll find my own license. I'll find it. They're just like, fuck, man, we're done with this shit. Like, get out of the car. And he was just acting fucking
Phoebes. Okay, hold on. So Geeky goes like he's being resistant to what the officers have asked him to do. And then Phoebes goes, he's not, though. He is. Before this, they told him 50-something times to get out of the car, right? He was being arrested. Apparently, he was driving with expired tags. He was swerving around into lanes, and he didn't use his turn signal and made like an illegal left turn, right? So basically, he was driving erratically.
He doesn't have a license. Right
before
there.
we even get to the license, right? Let's just be very clear. We do not want people that are driving around erratically on the road, period, because they're going to damage somebody else. I don't care if you give two shits about the cops or not, right? Like, that individual should not be driving his car around when he's driving erratically. But they told him 50 times to get out of the vehicle, right? He won't get out. They finally tell him, hey, we're going to tase you. He's still screaming he's not going to get out of the car. So they tase him. They still screams, I'm not getting out of the car, so they use the mace. Now they're trying to physically remove him from the vehicle, right? So the cops have followed both a verbal warning, they've used the taser, and they've used the mace, right? This is the escalation that people want the cops to go through. We're about to see why that was not good. All right, everybody, remember, all of our streams are 18 and over for reasons just like this.
YouTube slapped that.
Right? David,
stop!
Get out of the car! Stay in the car!
Matt, help!
Left arm.
Help!
I got this arm.
Matt, help! Help! Help!
Get out of the car!
Help!
That's not even in gear.
Help!
David, you want to get sprayed again? I'm going to spray you again. Get out of the car!
Help!
Get out!
Help! Help! Help!
You got him? What the?
Yeah, so Phoebes, remember when he was screaming that he didn't want to get out of the car and he was begging for help and everything? He didn't want to get out of the car because he probably didn't want the officers to find his gun. And he was probably screaming and everything to distract from the fact that he was going for the gun. Because when they finally got him out of the vehicle, he had just enough time to reach into the vehicle, grab the gun, and as you can see here, he has just fired it at one of the officers.
You got him. What the?
Okay,
So-
yeah. So what the fuck, dog? Dude, just like next time, I'm not gonna say anything, dude. I'm not,
All he's
like,
Phoebes.
I'm fucking
Phoebes, hey, Phoebes, I no disrespect to you, but at this point, seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but he was behaving that way because he wanted his gun. He didn't want to get out of the vehicle because he was driving around drunk with expired tags on and he had a gun in the car. He didn't. And then when they finally got him out of the car, he had just enough time to go for his gun, which he then fired at both of the officers. Okay, I see now. Sorry, like you can see why I didn't want to say anything earlier. This isn't me trying to be an asshole to you. This guy was told 50 fucking times, get out of the car. He was driving erratically with expired tags. You would expect them to do that to anybody, right? This isn't even black dude. It's a fucking white guy, right? They're doing their job. They're doing everything the way that they're supposed to be doing it. The guy takes a taser, takes the mace, right? And still has the ability to grab the gun and unload it on two officers. Now, they don't show it here, right? Which is probably a good thing. The officer who's here on the floor right now, just in case you don't know, this asshole walks up to him with the gun and points it at his head and shoots it. He shoots the cop in the head as he's lying on the ground. So, yeah, the officers followed procedure. But that's the thing, right? You've heard the argument that they need to follow all of these steps. They need to follow all these steps, and then we won't see these things happen. And there you go. There you go.
The cops need tranquilizers, dog.
And you know what? The problem that I have, Phoebes, is when you're watching the video, right? You did exactly what this guy wants you to do. He wants you to sit there and go, oh my gosh, the cops, look at what they're doing to this individual. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. And while you're screaming, he's plotting to kill the fucking cops. And he... I've always listened to police, so I guess I can't see past the situation where I would need to. I mean, the guy is clearly on something. He's got a firearm in his car. He's being pulled over for driving around with expired tags. He knew he was being arrested. He knew he was going to get put away, which is why he was behaving that way. He planned to go for the gun. He planned to execute the officers. That's what he did. And then after it, and this isn't like, oh my gosh, he clearly he's mentally unwell. He thought he was being attacked, so he fired. And this is an unfortunate situation, yada yada. No, because after he shoots at the cops, he goes over to the one that's on the ground there and fires the gun at his head. This guy is a murderous psychopath. Right? And there are people on Twitter right now commenting, oh, well, I mean, that's what the cops get. That's what their job is. They should expect to be shot. I'm like, what? Like, no.
I wonder what Matt thinks about all this. He kept screaming for Matt to help him. Who the fuck is Matt? Like, I guess he's the passenger dude. But, like, I don't know, man. Fuck.
No, I think Kai said it. Nah, this guy planned it. I don't think he planned to be pulled over. I definitely think he planned to shoot the officers because he knew that there was no way he was going to get out of that situation without gunning both of them down.
Yeah, it seems like he just really didn't want to be handcuffed and searched. Like,
yeah.
That's pretty much.
I mean, he's literally screaming for help and kicking his feet in the air like a fucking child, right? And the entire time, his goal is to go for his gun.
Well, obviously, because he used it.
Yeah,
like,
this...
You could argue Jacob Blake was going... He didn't use the knife, but he had the... Like, fuck that shit. This guy shot people. Fuck this dude.
But I mean, that's the argument with Jacob Blake. They go, well, why'd they shoot him 7 times in the back, right? And I sit there and I go, well, because they
run
tried
a knife
tasing.
to a gunfight.
Well, no, because they tried tasing him twice, right?
Yeah.
And he took both of the tasers and kept going. He put one cop into a chokehold, and then he went for his car, right? And one of the witnesses who filmed the final events of the confrontation says flat out that the officers shouted, or the guy who actually had his hand on Blake's neck, right? Like, who was like standing behind him, says that guy shouted twice, "Put the knife down." And then he doesn't. He fucking goes for it. So the cop fires his gun, right? He unloads on him. And people go, oh, that's excessive. Like, no, you don't shoot to wound. You literally shoot to put somebody down. If you use your gun, you need to use your gun with the intent of dropping somebody.
Yeah.
And you have to make peace with that. You can't sit there and go, oh, well, they need to shoot to wound and all that shit. Like, no. In this situation,
a last resort, right? Like, this isn't the first thing they tried to do.
Well, they spent 3. So we saw like this confrontation's going on for 2 minutes and 20 seconds before, like 2 minutes or so before he actually fires the gun, and it's been going on for longer than that. In the case of Jacob Blake, same thing. It went on for like 3+ minutes. We only got to see the final 30 seconds, and they lionized that man, right? And I'm like, no, he's a vicious fucking rapist who went back to his victim's home, who put a cop in a chokehold, who tanked 2 tasers, and then went for a weapon in his car. Right? Like, it keeps on happening. It keeps on fucking happening. And they turn around and they celebrate the people that do this shit. This one is just so egregious because the cops literally do everything that all of these activists have told them to do, right? They wind up getting gunned down, and all the activists are just like, because that's what they want. They want the cops to fucking be shot and die in the street. And I'm not, I am a little bit hyperbolic when I say that, because obviously there are people that just support Black Lives Matter and they just want peace, right? But I'm talking about like the violent rioting agitators. Like, those individuals want to see the cops dying in the street. The cops are evil. You don't negotiate with evil. BPM is here. Sup, Crow? Just checking on you before bed. Oh man, I am buried in the Avengers game, and I need to get back into playing Dauntless because I was having such a good roll. Tasing is also way less effective when the person being tased has time to brace for being tased. Yeah, look, my thing here,
tranquilizers, just tranquilize their ass.
I mean, but like, there was this stupid argument people were having on Twitter. You saw the knife guy, right?
The knife guy? No, I'm not sure. I haven't been on Twitter much today. I just woke up not too long ago.
This happened like maybe a couple days ago, but there's this guy, right? Somebody calls the cops on him, saying, he's got a knife or some scissors or something, and he's attacking people. Cop shows up. The moment the cop's there, the guy comes jumping out the front door, like literally jumping, with the knife up above his head, right, and starts chasing the cop. The cop tries to run, right? The guy is right behind him. He turns around, he fires his gun, shoots him. So BLM turned around, and they started rioting for the guy, right? Then the body cam footage came out. Turns out the cop was defending himself. The cop literally tried to run and couldn't. And then they turn around and they go, well, he should have used mace. Mace can incapacitate anyone. I'm like, not this guy. Not fucking this guy. Like, it's not this like magic spray that paralyzes people. One of these days that'd be awesome if we could have that. But we don't.
Mace is like pretty damn effective. Like, I think Steve-O from Jackass, he was asked, like, what's the most painful thing that you ever did on Jackass? And he's like, getting maced. Like, it's the worst pain you can fucking go through. But there's still people who will fucking fight through that. Like, it's not like like you said, a magic fucking spray.
I mean, imagine a guy who's willing to bring his children to his rape victim's home, put a cop into a chokehold. You think mace is going to stop that man? Right? He's already kind of said fuck it to life, right?
Okay,
when he brought his kids to his rape victim's home, he kind of already said fuck it to life. You really think Mace is going to stop him when he's in a blind rage, pumped up on adrenaline? Like this guy here too, right? He's sitting there thinking, if the cops
with the kids in the car, when he was going to the car, you can't mace him at that point. He'd already been.
I know. I completely agree. There's all these reasons why you don't use certain things, but these don't get it. And then the mace does get used, and Jacob Blake takes a knife and fucking stabs the officer. They'd sit there and they'd say, well, that's what you get because you were a police officer and you should expect to be stabbed. These people are fucking ridiculous. I swear to God. It's like
all these people will be the same ones that if like the cops just stop caring, they're gonna be crying out for him when they're fucking getting looted and raided and fucking everything else that they're promoting right now. It's just because it's not happening to them.
One is dead, the other is still in critical condition. Well, hopefully the other officer is able to pull through because this is disgusting to watch, right? He's literally playing on all the shit that BLM says, right? Police brutality, I'm being attacked, help me, save me, they're attacking me, they're attacking Pop, and just fucking open fires on the cops, right? Like, bad people are going to use what you do, and do you really have a response to it? Because I don't think BLM does. Right? If a violent criminal uses their same rhetoric that the police are brutalizing them and then turns around and fucking open fires on officers, like, there's no defense to that. Like, they're going to be bad people. They're going to use what your movement does. And like this guy here, some fucking white dude screaming about how the police are abusing him right before executing one cop and putting the other into critical condition. Like, this motherfucker, like, at this moment, right? Because the video ends here. He walks up to that officer that's on the ground, points his gun at his head, and just executes him, or tries to. I'm pretty sure he's the one who didn't make it. And it's all on film, right? There's no black and white here. There's no like gray area here. It's all black and white.
Yeah.
Being shot.
Let me know if you can hear me now.
Always read police activity videos description. Okay. Being shot should be expected for cops. So essentially they ask for it. By that logic, you walking home alone at night in a sketch area, so don't complain if you get struggle snuggles. Look, nobody asked to be shot. You're asking the cops to put themselves into harm's way. Nobody wants like a drunk out on the road who can't drive, right? Nobody wants that. So you send the cops in and then they run into this asshole, get shot, and the response is, well, I mean, yeah, that's what we pay you for. Like, I mean, you're making a hell of an argument against defunding the police because your basic response is, yeah, we know you're going to get stabbed and shot and that we're going to turn around and say the most awful things about you, but also we want to take your money away. Like, people don't ask to be your bitch. Like, I'm sorry, but these fuckers, like, they don't get it. They don't understand. They turn around and go like, oh, we'll have community policing. I had this whole argument with somebody about Chaz, right? And I was like, look what happened there. They had community policing. They opened fired on 2 black teens, walked up to one of them as he was dying, threatened to pistol whip him as he's dying. Then when the real cops showed up, they took all the bullet casings, they cleared out the car, they removed the bodies from the vehicle so nobody could identify who actually fired at them. And then the city goes, that's not community police. That was just random people. Yeah, they're random people from the community that arm themselves and declare themselves the cops.
Community the police policing. Are the problem.
I was like, community policing. Yeah. Yeah, look, this shit is just
loopy. It's pretty goofy.
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because I sit there and say like, there's actual instances of police brutality. And I've seen those videos too. Why do you have to highlight on fucking criminals? Like, why do you lionize someone like Jacob Blake, a violent fucking rapist, who, even if you want to say, oh, well, even if the fucking Me Too crowd that was willing to take a 30-year-old rape allegation without evidence, right? With a changing story, right? If that crowd is willing to believe that, but then turns around and says, "Oh, Jacob Blake should not. He never had a trial. He's clearly he can't prove that he did. You can't prove he did it. All this shit, right? The fucking Me Too evangelicals who called everybody a fucking rapist, well, are now suddenly keeping their goddamn mouths shut.
Jacob
right?
Blake
This
for
guy,
Supreme Justice or whatever the fuck Kavanaugh is.
this guy literally went back to the woman's house who had a restraining order on him and brought his children along for the ride as he went and broke into her home. Like, what is your defense of that? Oh, well, it doesn't matter because he's not running for the Supreme Court of the United States.
Yeah, and, you know, Brett Kavanaugh went to a party 30 years ago, and I don't know, man. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, like, again, do I think that do I think that that's like everybody? No, but it's enough. Right? It's enough people that think that way, and it's just drug users have resistances to tranks. Yeah, that's true. There was a suspect in Texas that took a shotgun to the face. They thought he was nerfed and called EMS. He got up, grabbed a police shotgun, and killed 2 officers. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, stop arguing that people are going to drop because you fucking sprayed them with mace, because they aren't. Some of the people you're just going to make even angrier.
Dude, 50 Cent got shot 9 times in the face at point blank range, and he's still bombed around, fucking mumble rapping and shit. Like, shit, like, yeah.
Seriously, had mace go off by accident in my car and still drove home. How? How are you not paralyzed?
Who did that?
I don't believe her. Because if you did that, you would be incapacitated for life. Mace can only stop people temporarily. Yep, I mean, yeah, that's true too. Took a full face of it and could drive 12 miles home. Yeah, because we actually don't have high-grade mace here. Like, the cops are, they have, like, so people like say, like, oh, the cops gassed the protesters with tear gas, right? And we're sitting there thinking, oh, it's the worst thing in the world. Apparently, we use, like, the lowest grade of tear gas possible, so we don't cause damage to people. And like other nations, they use tear gas as like a fucking chemical weapon. Over here, we put on the little fucking baby stuff, and they act like it's a human rights abuse when they see it.
It's got to be
like,
FDA approved, the fucking tear gas.
Just tell them it's fucking organic vegan tear gas, and they'll fucking swallow it.
Some James Soroka tear gas.
Bro, we chop onions and mix wasabi at work daily. Mace ain't shit. Bring it. Is Twitter calling this dude a hero? Because I feel they would. Twitter is blaming the cops for being shot. It's fucking nasty.
God forbid they do their fucking job. Like, what?
Well, I mean, look at this. Look at this other one, right? This is the situation that happened in LA, right?
What is this?
Oh, you didn't see it. There's no audio. He walks right up to the cops as they're chilling in their car, pulls out a gun, open fires on them.
And dips? What the fuck?
And runs.
Yeah, this makes me wanna. I think I'm gonna enroll in police academy when I move to the States. It looks like a good job. Just because, you know, why not?
Because you hate yourself?
No, I think I can make it. No, I'm not actually gonna do that. Fuck that shit. I just. Who the hell is gonna want to be a cop now? There's not gonna be any more cops. The only people who are gonna want to be cops are people who have bloodlust and want to like fucking like crazy motherfuckers. You're making like the default person to want to do shit like this, protect the people. Like, I don't know, man. It's just it's the wrong fucking. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Okay, so this is from the Breaking 911 account. Ambush female deputy who was shot in the face still applies tourniquet to her partner's wounds.
Oh, I seen this one. That's fucking.
So yeah, she saved her partner's life after being shot in the face. Like, it's.
Can you imagine being that desensitized to violence that you could say that calm under pressure? Like, that's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, look at this shit. So this is while they're in the hospital, right? So, like, the thing is, I guess people on the left got really upset because they were like, oh, that was not everybody who showed up to the hospital to protest the cops who just got shot. That was only a few people. And I'm like, yeah, and do you see anybody in the group calling it out? Or do you see them all laughing and going, oink, oink? Like, come on. We know what they think about police officers, right? And the thing is, Jasmine tells me you got to look at the strong points, and I get it. There's things that Black Lives Matter has said that make sense, right? You acknowledge when someone's right and when they're wrong. But well,
they wouldn't have a movement if some of their shit didn't make sense. You don't just like come out of nowhere and be ooh, and have everyone jump on board if your movement makes no sense at all.
My thing has always been like, they say Black people are disproportionately poor, right? And I go, okay, well, fine, and that makes sense why you have more interactions with the cops, because poverty breeds crime. The police are going to over police those areas. You're just going to have more negative interactions with the cops. It's not a race thing at that point. Like, it's literally, it's an economic thing. But I can totally get why you would feel that the cops are racist, because they probably sit there, they go into those communities. Those are the people that they're always being called about. Right. And it's just negative on all sides. The cops act like assholes. The people don't see what the cops are doing as anything other than just negative and racist. And, there needs to be an understanding to work past it. But then you see shit like this, and you're just like, okay, well, when George Floyd got killed, right? I did not see a group of fucking Trump supporters. I didn't see a group of cops like go to that man's funeral and crack a couple beers and start laughing, going, ha ha, he got what he deserved, ha. We didn't see that. We didn't see that. But we do see it when cops get shot. You all sit there and you fucking laugh and you make fun of them. You tell them that they fucking deserved it. Like, there's another clip. I don't know if I still have it pulled up. Maybe we'll see it later, where they're literally telling the cop that they're gonna fuck his girlfriend in front of him like a dog, not a pig, right? These people, these motherfuckers, they're the ones doing this shit, right? So you want to sit there and you say the cops are evil, the cops are evil. I'm like, the cops are all standing there looking at you. If they were so evil, if they didn't care about your life so much, the first thing that they would do is pull out their service arm and just open fire, because it doesn't matter if they do it or not. Like you said, they're evil and they're Nazis and they're white supremacists and they want to see you die, and nobody's holding them accountable. Based on everything that you guys think about the police, they literally could just shoot you when you're making fun of them. When you're talking about raping some dude's girl, right? When you show up to a hospital, block a fucking emergency room, right? And scream at the officers who just got shot that you hope they die. So these are some very lenient white supremacists. I don't know what you want me to fucking say.
Could you imagine doing this to a firefighter? Firefighters are trying to put out a fucking burning building and they get trapped inside and the people are just cheering like, oh yeah, I hope you burn and die alive trying to do your job. Like, fuck this shit, dog.
That's ridiculous. Goes on for a while.
Yo! Fuck the police! I hope they die, motherfucker!
Yeah, so yeah. All right. There's no audio on this one. This is after she got shot.
And she's like, making sure he's aight.
Yeah. Phoebes, good night. Thanks for tuning in. But like, again, right? I'm not saying like there aren't bad cops, but these are not. These two are not bad cops. The cops arresting that one dude, they're not bad cops. They're literally just doing their job, right? Like those two are just sitting in their fucking car, and you go up to them like a fucking coward and you just open fire on them, right? Like, it's what the fuck? And the first initial reaction you see from people is to like attack the cops to the point where you can clearly see the cops got ambushed, the cops got shot, they showed up outside of their fucking hospital and they start protesting the cops. Like, come on. Come on. And I told somebody that, you know, cheering that stuff on, right, it's going to lose all support for Black Lives Matter. And the response was, ugh, so you're saying that because cops got shot, people are suddenly going to want to kill black people? Or some stupid shit like that.
What?
Just some stupid shit like that. I'm like, no, man. Like, Black Lives Matter has a stated goal, right? They have things that they want to achieve. You're going to bleed support when you're sitting there defending, like, violent criminals, right? And then he goes, like, Black Lives Matter is just a statement. Like, no, it's a fucking organization. They have stated goals that they want to get done. Mm-hmm. I mean, defunding the police would be the big one. He goes, well, yeah, everybody wants that. I'm like, no. And even less people do, because when people get shot, you're sitting there cheering on the criminal.
Which is fucking lunacy.
Yeah. Like, and again, like, if you feel like the cops deserve it, right? I think there's something morally wrong with you, right? But if you feel like it's okay to go block an emergency room entrance as you shout that you hope cops die after they've been ambushed, like, come on. I don't tell me that the cops want to see that happen to you, because I don't see the cops showing up to the funeral of black people that have died and laughing and talking about how good they should have gotten shot. They should die.
And this is in LA, right? Like one of the largest cities in fucking California that they're blocking the entrance. Yeah, that's smart, dog. That's real smart. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I swear, these people are just not all fucking there. Just not all fucking there.
I don't think anyone's there anymore. I think we're all past the line of fucking sanity.
Yeah, now, here, this will be a fun video to watch.
Hey, bro, you better go. I'm going.
Oh, I like this one.
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Okay, first off, points against the cop. He should not have gone down that easily.
I think
and then it looks like he's trying to like slap the cop. He's trying to slap the guy with the handcuffs. I'm just like, dude, you gather yourself. Fucking gather yourself.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's going on in our chat?
Dude, I never know.
We're gonna play something funny, guys. Please try not to fight. Hold on. What's happening?
Are they fighting?
Akros, as I said earlier, if cops should expect to get shot for doing their jobs, then criminals should expect to be shot for their bad behavior. I mean, yeah, you would think that they would play by their own rules, but as we've seen, they don't actually play by their own rules. So Rev says both sides of the coin. Just because there are a few bad apples, it doesn't mean it spoils the whole lot. Okay. Dave Mark says, I'm not sure on that. If a glass of water only has a drop of poison, would you drink it? Plus, if you don't oust the bad element immediately, what does that make the group? Complacency is bad.
Well, that's a little bit like what you said on a couple streams ago when you were like, well, if only 7% of you is cancer.
Yeah, you're right.
I get what he means, but at the same time, you can't just disavow, like, the entire police force because of that, and you can't say that every person who's getting pulled over is also a criminal as well.
Yeah, but like the thing is, especially when it comes to like the riots and the protests, like if you want to say like only a small portion of you has turned violent, Well, why aren't you doing anything about the small portion? If it's such a small portion, why don't you get rid of it? Right? Like, why would you sit there and platform it? Like, I don't get, like, because it seems like you're okay with the violence.
Yeah, it seems like they're putting the worst up on a pedestal for everyone to see and to, like, lead that by example when it probably shouldn't be, at least with the BLM movement.
My point is there are bad cops, there are bad protesters. I'm not going to generalize people as a whole because of a few fucking idiots that do shitty things. I support law enforcement, but I also support the First Amendment. Okay.
I mean, yeah, like, I don't know how they were impeding his freedom of speech. If we're referring to, like, the...
Well, the left has, like, an argument that I guess they like to make, right? And it's if you have 1,000 good cops, but you have 213 bad cops, and the 1,000 good cops don't ever call it out, then you have 1,213 bad cops, right? Because I guess 1213 is ACAB. All cops are bastards.
Oh, that's what that stands for? I thought that was just all cops are bad.
No. But I mean, that's their logic, right? They literally argue that unless every cop agrees and calls out the bad cops, then all the cops are bad. Well, by their own logic, then if the protesters, right, if there are 1,000 good protesters and 213 are violent and insane, then you have 1,213 violent and insane protesters, right? Like, I think it's a very stupid argument to go into that direction, only because, like, it's not hard to just make the statement, we condemn violence, and then when you see violence, you sit there, you go to the cops and you say, hey, those people over there are not protesters. Those people over there are burning down buildings. Can you do something about those people over there so we can protest? I don't see that at all, right? Instead, I see articles like from NPR where they talk about how looting is the voice of the unheard. So
whoa, NPR is saying this?
Yeah, NPR brought on some bitch to fucking make that argument. I'm again, if you're going to justify it, if you're going to say, hey, it's okay, I rubber stamp it, then don't turn around when people start complaining about it and go like, whoa, hold on. I'm not associated with that. You quite literally are. Jay London, the RCMP is pretty bad too, especially in the more rural province. Not killing people, but they tend to try to bury investigations.
Yes, there's like those Starlight tours and shit.
Wait, what?
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police are fucking bad. For the I'm not gonna say they're all bad, but there's some bad peeps. They'll like.
What do they do?
Well, if they find you like drunk outside, I think this happens more in like Saskatchewan, but they'll just like drive you out in the middle of nowhere in the middle of winter, just leave you there, and you're drunk and shit. You don't know, you freeze to death, and they call them Starlight tours. Here, let me find like something to link to you.
Saskatoon freezing deaths?
Yeah.
The practice was known as taking Indigenous people for Starlight tours and dates back to at least 1976. Oh, good. So they just haven't learned anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me keep playing the video for everybody, because this is where it gets good. So he's got the cop on the ground. He's already beating the cop. The cop's kind of a wimp. I'm not going to lie. And that's not me saying that because I want to make fun of him. I mean, he went down pretty fucking easily. And then he tried to slap the other guy with handcuffs. And I mean, like, literally slap his face with handcuffs. So, redemption is about to happen here.
Yes, it's good. This video has a happy ending.
Hey, don't hit me, G. Hey, do not. Fuck all that shit, man.
They're like, this motherfucker making us look bad.
Still fucking going.
Don't beat that man up now, y'all. Going down to the clay. Hear all these people. Relax. No, relax. Hey, back up, man. Back up. He's cool.
Aw, he's cool. He's cool. He is cool. That is a cool man right there.
That was great. That was fucking great. I love that clip. I especially love when the other cop shows up because he's just a fucking idiot too, right? And he's like, "Oh, get off that guy!" And then he's like, "No, man, don't! No, he saved me. He saved me. He's my brother now."
He saved my life.
That whole thing is great. Like that guy is literally on the ground, and they just keep walking up to him, just lay into him. I'm like,
we got
guys,
about the second.
That's community policing. That's community policing.
That's how community policing should be done, son.
Oh man, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I can't believe you laughed at that brutality." Like I laugh at worse.
I mean, like, he punched the cop in the face a bunch of times and was like, "Ugh."
Okay, let's see here. We should we play the? Let me play the Biden and Harris clip because I want to get into the cops that ran under people.
Cops ran under people?
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
Not over them, but under them? How does that happen?
You'll see. You'll see.
Harris Biden administration is going to relaunch that effort.
It's just so you can hear that again.
Harris Biden administration is going to relaunch that effort and keep pushing further to make it easier for military spouses and veterans to find meaningful careers, to ensure teachers know how to support military children in their classrooms, and to improve support for caregivers and survivors so much more than we do now.
He looks like he got disinterested in that sentence he was reading.
So now, you sit there and go like, Biden fucking puts his dick in his mouth like nonstop, right? Like constantly, right? So clearly, this is just all a big misunderstanding from Biden, who's just insane, right? Like, he's fucking insane. But then fucking Kamala Harris over here fucking says this shit.
Harris administration together with Joe Biden. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
Why does she look like she's tweaking out when she's saying this shit?
I mean, she's probably like just ecstatic knowing that it's a Harris administration with Joe Biden, right? Like, she's not even hiding it. She's like, well, yeah, you're voting for me. I'm going to be the president.
It looks like her hairline's receding.
It does.
I really don't like this bitch. I really don't like her.
You heard her own dad disowned her, right?
Good. I mean, like, if I were her dad, I'd do that shit. Did her mom disown her too? Crow is milkshaking it up, I think. Or I'm just like dying and my ears are buzzing and I don't know. Okay, no.
Yeah, no, sorry. This bitch likes to lock people up who smoked weed. I
wants to keep them in there for cheap labor.
I was just taking milkshake though, not actually smoking. Anyways, like, look, she did that. That's something that she did. That was like a cornerstone of what she did, right? Now she's sitting there kind of like openly talking about how it's just going to be a Harris administration. Don't worry about Joe Biden, right? Like,
don't worry about Sleepy Joe. We're going to keep him locked in the back. He's not going to sniff any kid's hair. Don't worry. We got this shit on lock. I just sent you a video that Kreepy666Kitty sent us.
Okay, I'll play it after this next one because it's pretty quick. Yeah, you said you didn't like Kamala Harris, right? So her dad has disowned her for the identity politics, right? Like he like look up the guy. he does not like her at all. Like, at all. Like, there's people like turn around and go, oh, Trump's niece. Trump's own niece won't even refer. I'm like, her fucking father disowned her. I
The
get
dude that raised her.
I get why the teenage niece or whatever, or whoever the fuck it is, right? Is that they go like, Trump's a terrible person. He's like he never got me. He's got all this money, and I've never gotten a nice present from him. It's terrible.
All my friends make fun of me because he's my uncle. I hate him.
Yeah, basically that's what I get from it, right? But I'm like, your fucking father disowned you. I don't care about someone's fucking niece. Like, your fucking father fucking owned you. And these motherfuckers like will nonstop go like, oh, Trump's own niece, Trump's family. Did you hear about his second cousin twice removed? What they said about Trump? Oh, her fucking father disowned her, man.
Can we be like, Jacob Blake's dad won't even disown him, but Kamala Harris's dad disowns her?
Right? Like the fucking rapist anti-Semite is sitting there going like, sorry. The anti-Semite is talking about how he loves his fucking rapist baby boy, right? And this bitch, her own fucking father, don't want shit to do with her. You'd think that would be like a low in your life, just be a total low in your life. But that's just Kamala. That's just fucking Kamala or Kamala. Kamala. That's just Kamala.
Is that what we're gonna call her from now on? Kamala.
Camel. No, don't say anything offensive. It will just be used against you later, Steven, as you learned from last night's ruling.
I mean, like, how much worse can it get?
What did he disown her for? Identity politics. He was really outraged about the way that she referred to her Jamaican heritage. He did not like the way that she jokes about how she smokes weed because she's Jamaican and shit like that. I think there's some other stuff, but that was like the big one because when she said it, he immediately came out, called it an offensive stereotype of their people, that they're proud, all this stuff, right?
They're pandering. That's why it's Kamala Panderson.
Kamala Panderson. No.
Yeah. No?
That was awful.
I mean, like, puns usually are, but...
I mean... But that was especially awful.
Well, she needs a better last name. I can't do anything with Harris.
Well, I can't do anything with DeLive, but we've made it work, Mr. Leave It.
I just pronounced my name wrong. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Here's a restaurant owner, right?
Fallout after a visit from Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Kamala Harris.
They're going to explain it here. I'm just going to skip ahead of it. This guy, he runs a restaurant, right? And Kamala Panderson shows up to his restaurant unannounced, right? Says, I'm going to eat here, brings all her cameras in. The press is following her. They're all taking videos and shit. And the owner of the restaurant is pissed, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, don't tell me the owner of the restaurant was a Trump supporter. No. Apparently, the owner of the restaurant doesn't want anybody's politics in his restaurant. And he got upset that she came to his restaurant because he don't like her and he doesn't want politics in his restaurant. So he came out with a statement saying like, hey, this was not okay with me. She shouldn't have just come into my restaurant and brought all those cameras and stuff in there. I don't want politics in my restaurant. I don't want I don't want my customers feeling uncomfortable, that sort of thing, right? Well, then they fucking dox the guy, right? They start they start like dropping reviews for his business, 1 star and shit, all because he was not gracious enough of Kamala Harris visiting him.
Well, damn.
Yeah. Let's jump into it.
Is live in Doral with
Jackie is not getting great reviews today. In fact, there's even internet chatter encouraging a boycott of this restaurant. An executive at the restaurant told him Mrs. Harris wasn't welcome here yesterday.
We don't use the company for
political reasons. Andres Garcia not pleased with Senator Kamala Harris's visit to his restaurant yesterday.
We are very respectful of every individual in our organization, and we will never take, as an organization, a political position.
Garcia, president of the board of directors for the Amaze Latin Flavors restaurants, telling us he had no idea the Democratic vice presidential nominee and her campaign were stopping by yesterday.
In respect to our stakeholders, we wouldn't support that. If they will ask, we will say, no, we're not going to do it.
Garcia says he found out on social media she was at the restaurant and some of the posts were critical.
I learned the hard way. Sometimes when we look into the social media.
Yeah, so
this poor guy, he has no idea what the fuck is going on. You know, I look into the social media, I see this bitch talking shit about me. Like, poor guy.
I mean, like, that's the thing, right? He's clearly not comfortable with the fact that she showed up there with all those people, right? But like now you have these assholes showing up there, and they're all upset, they're all angry, right? They want his they want his restaurant boycotted and shit. I'm going there, like, why? Like, why are you gonna do that, right? Because he I mean, he's not like he sat there and he said, I'm voting Trump, and like fucking splashed MAGA paint, like in paint all over his walls, and put up like a special area in the restaurant just in case Donald Trump ever visited. Like, the guy's just specifically stating he doesn't want to deal with politics. Like, the moment she shows up, people are already complaining because of politics. Like, I get it. He's just trying to fucking run his business. Leave him the fuck alone. I mean, like, the thing is, because we're being very critical of Biden and Harris, right? Or Harris-Biden. We're being very critical of Harris-Biden right now. I don't think it's on Kamala to go to a restaurant and get some food, right? I don't think it is. And I think the people dropping those reviews, they're terrible people. But she, you know, it's America. She should be able to go out and get a bite to eat. I'm okay with that.
Was she just going to get a bite to eat, or did she have a fucking agenda when she did this?
I mean, you know, the thing is, I don't know. I don't. I'm trying to be as charitable as I can right now. But if she wants to go out and she wants to get some food, she should be allowed to go out and get some food.
Well, obviously. I just think she probably wanted his support and got bitchy when she didn't give it to her.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like that. I think it was a great photo op because she gets to go to one of the local minority-owned businesses, right? It's popular. It's got a lot of traffic coming in, that sort of thing. So she's probably thinking, oh, this would be perfect, like a little photo op. I can go support like a local business. I don't think it's like actually evil or anything like that.
I mean, not evil, just fucking the whole reason that her dad disowned her. That's all.
No, I mean, I get it. My thing is, like, she didn't contact the restaurant in advance, so I don't think it shows any ill intent there. I mean, it's probably, you know, callous and you know, and shows a total lack of awareness because you're a big figure. You should probably just call in advance to make sure. But you didn't, like, if she called, right, and the guy goes, I don't want that bitch eating at my restaurant, and they all show up there anyways, then I would say, yeah, Steve, I think you're right. But I think in this one, it's more of a case of they thought it would be a good photo op. They didn't really think there was anything that big of a deal with doing it. And I think her supporters now going out there and attacking the guy need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I only know from what I've heard. I haven't looked into it.
It's okay. I'm correct.
I'll take your word for it, Crow.
I am. I am. It's a beautiful system we have going on here. Let's move on to the next topic, okay?
Did you play that video?
Oh no, I didn't. Let's see. Let's play the video and then let's move on. Joe Biden plays Despacito mid-speech. What the fuck?
Despacito. I think that's how you say it. That's
Despacito?
That's that Justin Bieber song. Is that his name?
Wait, Justin Bieber? What the fuck?
Is his name Justin?
I don't know. Let's
my
just play
brain's
it.
having a fucking aneurysm.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here. All right.
The sign language bitch is like.
I tell you what.
Is that his ringtone?
Hello, kids. The fuck is this? Children, do you think I'm cool now? Children.
I played that song that was popular 2 years ago. Am I cool yet?
Oh man, that was bad.
His face was pretty funny too. He was really pleased with himself. I got the right song going this time, guys. This is the 4th state I've tried this in, and I was playing fucking Portal the other time.
They probably deleted all music from that phone, deleted YouTube, right? And they had that fucking shit queued up. And they're like, say this line, and then push the damn button.
He's playing voicemails from his wife telling him that he didn't take out the fucking trash.
Oh man. That's God. Yeah,
Joe, did you remember to take the preparation H today? Like shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be very clear here, right? Like Trump, for all his faults, he at least comes across as genuine. This is just pandering, and it's pandering in a terrible fucking way.
Who even listens to that song anymore?
I mean, somebody.
Joe, I guess.
I mean, nobody anymore. Like fucking Joe Biden just played it as like a fucking thing, like
death sentence.
Yeah, fucking feel terrible now. Okay. So we got the situation with the cars and the protesters in Sacramento who seem to keep colliding with each other.
Okay.
That should be fun. Okay, all right. Let me just say it like this, right? That entire thing was awful. Like it's just fucking awful. That's not genuine at all. That's somebody else gave you that thing to play. Like it's just, yeah. I just imagine being a member in one of those communities and just being like talked down to that extent, right?
Hey, you kids like Despacito?
Yeah, it's so fucking cringy. Like, why don't you talk to them about like actual issues they care about, right? Like,
because Joe thinks all they care about is like pop culture.
I mean, like, why would you play that song? Like, that's your pitch to the fucking crowd is just that music. Hey, I know what you like, children. Let creepy Uncle Joe fucking sit in my lap. Sit in my lap, child.
I bet you guys thought I just listened to records.
Yeah, oh dude, I saw that one. That was terrible. Oh, we don't listen to the TV, the record player. We all gather around the record player. I'm like, holy shit, dude, you're ancient.
This is 2020, dog.
Oh man. All right, we have wireless headphones. And they're fucking amazing. You had fucking record players.
Dude, Jess's comment. Read Jess's comment.
Oh, Jess's comment. Hold on. Jess's comment. Where are you? Like he couldn't use WAP or something as SMH LMAO. Actually, I'm glad he didn't use WAP. Can you just imagine a Biden campaign ad coming out that featured WAP? I don't think they could air it on TV because it would just be all children. It would just be clips from the Cuties movie.
Oh, God.
And then it would just finish with Harris Biden 2020.
Harris Biden. We're switching the roles.
Yeah, like dude grabs children and sniffs them. It's weird.
Well, you remember he was sucking on his wife's finger.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about? Did they ever explain that? His wife like is giving a speech and she's like, she's animated and she puts her she like raises her arms in the air. She put them back and then Biden just like leaps forward and just knocks down on it and starts nibbling her finger like in front of everybody.
Like I want to believe that, maybe she just threw her hand back and it accidentally like hit him in the mouth, but you'd think he'd have like some kind of reaction jerking his head back, but he just like goes in on it.
No, he's into it. He's fucking feeling that finger. Oh man. Okay, all right. Final one for the night. This is interesting. Okay, here we go. So this happened. This just happened at a protest in Sacramento today. Full video is here. And then jumping on top of moving police car is not a smart move. Let's highlight.
Oh, so that's what you meant by running under people.
I mean, yeah.
He's fine.
First off, shut the fuck up. Second, nobody got run over there. That car ran under somebody though. And third, what do you fucking think is going to happen? We just watched a video of sorry. We watched two videos. One where cops are gunned down, right? Trying to pull somebody over. We watched another video where two cops are sitting in their car. Someone walks right up and open fires on them. And now you assholes are here in a mob hitting their car with your little stupid ass fucking signs, jumping on top of the roof. And your response is, well, the cops should just take it. I get what I get what the far left fucking advocates for with police. It's basically they want the police to be non-existent or to only exist in such a fractured and broken state that they can't actually do anything to oppose them.
Dude, imagine being like the chief of police for any of these places. Like Bill ran under someone the other day. Fucking Fred got shot. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, imagine how many people go and they're like, am I going to get in trouble for this shit? They're trying to kill me.
I mean, look, that is so fucking weak. Okay, sorry. Aura had sent me a text message. Wanted to make sure that we had talked about the Tulsa shooting, so we did that earlier. Guys, look. Actually, we'll probably talk about the Tulsa shootings tomorrow because I'm sure there'll be more information. I want to dig into that one a little bit deeper because it's very frustrating. It's frustrating, but like they advocate for the police to basically be completely fucking neutered, right? And then they pull shit like this, right? They're blocking traffic for everybody, right? In Sacramento, which is just fucked up. But they don't fucking care. Fine, whatever. But like, what are you doing? Beating a police car, right? That's a fucking crime, right? The cop could just like fucking go out and try to arrest you all. And when you resist arrest, he can, escalate. Like it's so fucking dumb. Like he's literally trying to fucking nudge his car forward and you're beating it. You're jumping on top of the roof of the car. We've already seen two officers get put into critical condition, right? And then people showed up outside their hotel screaming, "We hope you die," right? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you fucking doing? What are you trying to Superman the fucking car? Fucking stop fucking around and stop finding out what's going to happen.
Yeah, like the
Oh my
Sims.
god! Oh my god!
I put myself in a dangerous situation, and
we're
something
just
happened.
violent. We beat cars. Like how dare they move forward? Like you're surrounding them on all sides. And you're hitting the fucking thing. Like what do you think's gonna happen? You dumb bitch.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution!
I mean, it looked like he stopped it pretty fast there.
I know, right?
All it took was one person getting whipped off a car, and they all kind of, oh my god!
What do you want to bet these bitches like immediately called the cops on the cops while protesting the cops?
Yep, dude. Yeah.
I just want to see it again. See, what is this dumbass doing, right?
I mean, at least make sure you got something to hang on to if you're going to be that stupid.
I mean, but like, come on. Like, you don't have the right to do the shit that you are doing, right? You don't, if you want to mob a fucking car, especially given everything that we've already seen, but if you want to mob a fucking car, they don't have to like sit there and take it. You keep calling these people violent. You call them fucking white supremacists. You call them white nationalists. You say they're violent. They're trigger happy. Motherfuckers seem pretty goddamn calm. You know what someone who's trigger happy does? They don't allow you to get near their vehicle. They certainly don't allow you to jump on their vehicle.
I mean, there's enough people, if they all actually coordinated, they could have flipped that cop car, but they're being dumb because they don't have any organization skills.
Yeah, it's just people being violent and stupid. But I mean, like, think logically for like 2 seconds. If you're calling these people violent, white supremacist, all that other shit, right? They're being fucking lenient right now by only doing this. The most gentlest thing that they can fucking do while still trying to get out of there to avoid violence on all sides. They're being fucking gentle. You guys are being fucking insane. Well, he's about to go flying.
Oh my god!
I know, right? Like, what are you crying about? Fucking stop fucking around.
That's a very different tone than, you cannot stop the revolution. Oh my god!
You're right. Fuck.
Takes all the oomph out of that shit.
So last one, the very last one, is in a similar vein. Trump supporters swerving into protesters. Oh my god. Evil fucking Trumpsters. Let's watch. Do you notice what happened there? Do you notice what happened there? You fucking idiots are standing out in the street. They stopped so they didn't hit you. And you started hitting their car. Like, and then you turn, they swerved right into us. No. You don't get to play that fucking game. You attack them. You hit their car. They drove forward. And yes, they did nudge their car in your direction. Stop hitting shit. Like, fuck, man. Like, honestly, do I think the driver should do that? No, I don't. But am I going to blame the driver for not handling these idiots with kid gloves? Yeah, so that's a big no from me. Like, stop doing this shit. Stop being remedial as all fuck. Like, come on. Fucking come on. And then you fucking go and say, they tried to fucking murder us and
all I did was throw the first punch. Like, what? I'm not allowed to just fucking haul in people?
I know, their logic is just... It is a special kind of just mentally damaged. Oh, man. All right. Well, we're going to be back tomorrow night. We're going to go more into the Tulsa shooting. And I think that'll be good. Steven, do you have anything to add here?
I hate everything. I mean, in like North America, at least, I hate everything.
Yeah, well, that's not good. That's very not good. But anyways, let's move on with the night then. I just want to say thank you so much to our Patreon members, Luna, Geeky Pixie, Steve DeLive, Connor McDonald, Jess, Kat Thomas, Julian Cyan, Dagger, Ali, Mr. Holmesley, War on Corruption, Katie Imbro, Margot Inez, Lauren S., Ravenous Hound, Chris Anonymous, Jonathan Merlo, Origami Maria, and Devil Hunter Nero. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We will see you here tomorrow. I want to cover more of the Tulsa situation because that was tough to watch. Normally towards the end of the streams, I kind of like mellow out off the serious shit that we played, but yeah, no, that's a tough one. That's fucking tough to fucking watch that shit. Anyways, guys, what? Someone asked a question? Oh, do you have a cover I gave you on the streamer, or are you still going over it? And not sure, just curious. Still going over it. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to be frank with you because of the wedding and everything. My schedule sucks, but we have the information. We are reading through it. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you here tomorrow at an earlier time. Think like 11.
Oh, okay. That's not that early.